Hi guys, it's been another wet week at the plot and super windy as well. I've actually lost 3 panels out of the greenhouse. I've just put them in the shed for now because I've decided that it's just not the right location probably for the greenhouse, and it's not actually that cold, although it's quite windy, and the plants in there are well established, pretty hardy, so I think they can stand up to it. Well windy though. The tomatoes that are here by the missing panel, I have stripped back to just the trusses that are in fruit, so I think they're going to be okay here, to be honest. And although it doesn't look like it, these big bushy currant tomatoes I have also stripped back quite a lot to where they're just fruiting, but there's an awful lot on these. But I think I've mentioned before, I don't think it matters so much if these have like a ton of fruit on it, because they're just so tiny. I don't think they take as much energy as the larger tomatoes. I've got a few more tomatoes in here which I feel like I've like pinched out maybe too much, but then within a few like days they start bushing out again, so I really want them to put their energy into the fruit now. I've got more of these currant tomatoes outside, so they are quite bushy. You can see what they're like if they don't grow up a stake. They've just kind of spread out along the ground here. And then I've got a few of the other tomatoes. These were the ones that were extras that I put outside, and they're doing really well. And the cucumbers actually have popped up this week. I was a bit worried about them. These ones are the chickpeas. They're not as bushy as I expected them to be, but they are starting to flower, so I'm a little bit more optimistic than I was even a week ago about these. As I said, it's been very wet, so everything's really shot up. The raspberries I'm having trouble keeping up with, so these are some of the ones that I've picked today. You can see they're kind of like going over a bit. It's hard. I'm spending like a long time every day picking raspberries. And the blackcurrants are ready too, so I need to start stripping these. What I've done for now is just clipped back the branches that were hanging over the path, and I'm gonna strip all of these now. So I seem to spend most of my time just picking berries. I feel like I'm not having much time to get anything else done on the plot. And also today I'd like to pick the red currants. I've spotted quite a few in there. This area is kind of difficult to get into, so I need to get in and get those sorted as well. So first up, I'm going to get going on these blackcurrants, and hopefully it's not going to rain. I'm just going to sit here on the floor and keep going until I've stripped these branches that I've chopped off. I've picked loads of the blackcurrants, and some of them are still a little bit on the red side, but they do continue to ripen once you get them home, so it's okay to pick them before they're completely black. This is all I've got on the red currants, and I put this cling film around the edge of the basket because some of the smaller black currants were escaping, so all of these red currants definitely would have escaped. There's just not loads there. They've been a bit crowded out by the loganberries, which I'm sure I said at some point earlier in the year I was going to try and make sure that didn't happen this year. But having said that, we've got loads of loganberries instead, so I actually quite like the taste of those more, like straight off the bush. So yeah, you win some, you lose some, but I'm going to pick the loganberries now, and then I'm going to head up home. So that's my harvest for today, guys. I've got very pink and prickled hands. This is all I got of the gooseberries. I think the birds must have had them, because even just last week I was Instagramming pictures of the gooseberry bushes like laden with berries, but they've gone. So that's not so good. I don't know. Anyway, I'm really happy with everything else that I got today. It's been a really good harvest, and sometimes, like, because the weather's not been bad, the picking of the berries, it feels like a bit of a chore, but I've really enjoyed it this afternoon, and I feel like I've got a good lot stripped. It's like a daily thing. I'm having to keep coming back. I think I've got the bulk of the loganberries now, but it's the raspberries I can't keep up with. You just seem to be getting so many of them. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.